Hey, Shalom, Shalom, want to start off as always by giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, El Shai, Hashem, Kodash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and honors to brothers doing the work and truth while sincerity. This is a quick one. I just want to share it with you. Which I saw the other clip. I had to do a little bit of digging to find it, because there is a load of misinformation out at the moment. I was able to find on ABC7 at Chicago. Right, so this was streamed live 19th of April 2020. Today is the 23rd of April 2020, so that was 4 days ago. Right, so I'll just play it, from the 14-minute mark. If you want the bit that's the point. I believe if you just what do you type? Dr. Ezike, Dr. Ezike, I believe it is. And then it is a short clip that basically has the point there, right? So yeah, let me play it, Lord's will you can hear it.
The only thing that we really have doing a wellness check for workers that walk in and doing a temperature check, which is takes a moment to do.
I have a question from a colleague. Michelle Gallardo from ABC7 wants to know, earlier this week, the state reported the death of a teenager in Cook County. Are you familiar with this case? If so, is this the state's first teenage death? And can you tell us if the teenager in question had underlying conditions?
I don't have that information at my disposal at this time. I know we have had people of all age groups die. I just want to be clear in terms of the definition of people dying of COVID.
Right, so this is the point.
So the case definition is very simplistic. It means at the time of death, it was a COVID positive diagnosis. So that means that if you were in hospice and had already been given, a few weeks to live, and then you also were found to have COVID, that would be counted as a COVID death. It means that even if you died of a clear alternate cause, but you had COVID at the same time, it's still listed as a COVID death. So everyone who's listed as a COVID death doesn't mean that was the cause of the death, but they had COVID at the time of death. I hope that's helpful.
Can I ask a follow-up question? How unusual is it you're looking at the numbers, to have a teenager die from this?
So right, and that's the point. I didn't really watch the rest of that clip, but she didn't even address that point. The reporter didn't even address that point, because we watch it, we're like, whoa, what do you mean, right? Yeah, that's what I looked for. I said Illinois coronavirus, April 19, but that's for the actual clip. Let me see if Dr. Ezike comes up. Because there's a 55-second clip. I'm just trying to find it so that, yes. Yeah, so this is the guy, recording it on his TV. But yeah, there's a shorter one, but I can't find it. Oh, actually, no, it's when I typed in Director of Public Health. Director of Public Health, Illinois. Bam, yeah, so that you see the Felsey family. So if you just want that clip on its own, without it. In fact, I'll play this one.
I just want to be clear in terms of the...
There is a very... fuck off. Slut. At the end, there is a... again? If you want... Okay, so you got Bill Gates.
Every summer,
right?
I try to do a little extra reading. Here's a few books I've read recently.
Well, I don't know how real that is. Like I said, there is a load of misinformation out at the moment, right? But how to lie with statistics, right? How ironic, right? Immunity at the bottom as well, right? So, hey, look, man, the people are being played. That's what we know, right? So I'll read this in 1 Thessalonians. I'll get just the 5th chapter. It says, "But of the times and season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you," right? So, brothers observing this and seeing what this man's actually done, right, with this situation that, as has been said, is not really an issue. We know that something's happening. We know that there is a plan, and this devil's getting ready to execute it, right? That plan being that new world order, because that it hath but a short time. You can see all the brothers waking up all across the world, right? And you know, it's getting to him. He knows that the time is short, right? Says, "You have no need that I write unto you," right? So basically, it should be obvious to everyone that we're in the last days, right? You know, the last days are the last days. That's what it means there. It says, "For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." So although we know that we're in the last days, we don't know, when the Lord is going to come back. We just know, and we don't, if you listen to Apostle Tahar when he's speaking, right, he'll be like, we hope that they're going to be pushing a chip by the end of the year, maybe early 2021. But I share his sentiment of be very, very surprised if we're still here in 2022, right? So that I'm saying all that to say this: we don't know when the Lord is gonna come back. We don't know what the Lord's gonna do, but we hope, that it's soon, right? And the thief doesn't tell you when he's coming. The thief just rolls through, right? That's basically what that means there. Verse 3 says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." Right? "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness," and that's the beauty, right? You read Isaiah 33:6, it says, "Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times," right? So that's why, for instance, we're cool, right? We know to some degree what's happening, right? And we know that whatever happens, it's to the benefit of us, right? It's one thing, that's leading closer and closer, because Esau's done a lot in these last couple of weeks to further, these last couple of prophecies, right? He's made cash the enemy, which we know that, one of those last prophecies is the RFID microchip being pushed upon all the people, right? He's heightened the racial tensions, right? He has what do you call it? He has furthered this idea that you got to control what people can and can't say. So that's the famine of the word, right? And he's stopped people from leaving their houses. He's quarantined states and nations, countries, right? So that's what says part of 2nd Ezra: "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to," right? So we're not in darkness. We see what's going on. We're through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, we're privy to what's going on at the moment, right? It says, "Ye are all children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep, as do others." So rest of the people, they're asleep, man. Right? They're asleep and they just don't, they have no idea what's going on, right? Jake, as I was watching Apostle Tahar's video earlier on today, it was basically reading the comment boards. Jake are starting to, kind of get an inkling, right? But for the most part, you speak to these people out there, you go around them there, like, why aren't you 6 feet away, right? They're in fear. They genuinely fear for their lives because they don't question anything, right? It says, verse 7, it says, "For they that sleep in the night and they that be drunken are drunken in the night," right? So just on that point in verse 6, I'm going to get this. It says, Romans 13:11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for when now is our salvation nearer than when we believed," right? So now's the time to awake out of sleep, right? And to, get right with the Lord, right? So yeah, it was just a quick one. As always, Lord, I was edifying. Just wanted to share that clip, right there. This is all a manipulation of the people, man. Right, these people are being played, and we can see that Esau's getting ready to, call it quits on this kingdom. Right, so until next time, Shalom.